Hello, today I'll be showing you how to configure a simple DHCP server using a Cisco router. It's actually doable in just a few sets of commands. So for now, let's just try to create a simple topology. I'll be using this router and I'll be putting a switch so you can connect multiple computers. I'll set up two computers. So there you go, PC5 and PC6. So let's connect the computers to the switch and let's connect the switch gigaport to G000 of the router. So there you go. With just this very simple um, implementation, let's check the initial default configuration. The IP is set to static, so it will not be getting any IP address. Let's try to go on static and request for an IP address. So the HCP failed. So it means the computer didn't find any configured DHCP server around the topology. So what we need to do now is to configure the router one as a DHCP server. So let's just assume that we'll be using a 192.168.10.0 network. So the default gateway will be 10.1 and it's just slash 24. Okay. Now let's go to the routers, CLI there. So how to configure the DHCP server? All you need to do is create a pool first. Okay. Enable, configure terminal, and then let's create a simple IP DHCP. So if you're going to use question mark, then there is the pool. You can name the pool any name you want. So let's call it my pool. Okay, my pool 01 or 101. Okay, my pool 101. Then after that, you will be going to the DHCP configuration. All you need to specify is the set of network that the DHCP will be using to distribute or to get IP from all the client that is trying to lease an IP address. So let's just use network there. Network 192.168.10.0. Then 255.255.255.0. Then let's configure the default gateway. It's actually named default router here. 192.168.10.1. Okay. If you are into the configuration of a DNS server, then you can also put a DNS server here like 192.168.10.2, for example, if that's the DNS server, or let's say it's somewhere around there using another network, 11.2 maybe, then you can just put it here. And then if there's a domain, then you can also use domain name, and then my website.com. Okay. And that's it. All you need to do is configure the interface here and set it up. So exit interface G0000, configure the IP address as 192. 168.10.1, the default gateway, 255.255.255.0, then no shot. Then after that, you wait for the amber uh, light here to become an arrow and you test your DHCP server. So there, still waiting. While waiting, let's open the PC05 and let's look at the IP configuration. So it's already an arrow. Then let's try to request a DHCP address now. There. So the HCP successful. It was given 10.2, and then all the configuration you put before, or you set in the IPDHCP pool will be automatically given to the requesting client. The same is true with this one. If you're going to go for, let's say, let's go for the command prompt. So ipconfig is the same slash renew. So there, it has an IP address of 10.3 uh 192.168.10.3. Okay, that's the same. That's actually the same, but it's just that you did it using the command prompt. So that's 10.3. Now, assuming you want to reserve, okay, assuming you want to reserve some set of IP addresses, then, for example, I don't want any computer to be using 192.168.10.2 up to 192.168.10.10. So all you need to do is go back to the IPDHCP or the global configuration, and then you issue the command IPDHCP excluded address. You exclude the range 192.168 dot 10 dot, let's start with 1 up to 192.168 dot 10 dot 9. You can also repeat the same command and add another exclusion. So excluded address, excluded address 192.168.10.10. Okay. So how do I know that it's working? So let's try to refresh this one, and let's check if it's still going to uh, get okay. So it started with 2 already, and then the IP address of this one, it should be around 12. Then if you add another one, it will become 13. Take note that it's not giving or using the range you specified from the exclude or the IPDHCP excluded address. So that's how you exclude addresses. Okay, so that's very simple configuration of DHCP using IP version 4. So next time I'll be creating another tutorial to show you how to do it in IP version 6. Okay, thank you very much.